Hello wizards, warlocks, and warriors, welcome to Multiverse. If you did what I did and made the mistake of being arrested in the Moonrise Towers, then at some point you probably were wondering, what happened to my gear? Sadly, when you do get arrested, they pretty much take most of your gear. They don't take the clothes off your back, but they pretty much take everything else, where your weapons, all your supplies, almost everything. And the question I saw a lot is, what happened to my gear? Where is my gear now? And I had the same question, and I did some research to try to find out, and there was no one answering that question. So today we are going to do that. Also, we are going to tell you how you can get your gear back, which sadly is not all that easy. And let us start with what happens when you get arrested. Basically, you're stuck in a prison, and you can't really get out. Although you can escape the prison. You can see there's a big hole in your cell. So basically, you can jump in the hole, and it will take you to some underground that you can use to escape. Sadly, if you do that, you no longer have your gear, and you have to try to find a way to get it back. So if we go into the center of the prison, let's go up that ladder over here. Once you get on the second floor, there should be a couple of chests over here. Sadly, I destroyed them. But there's a couple of other chests over here. Basically, the chest over here is the chest where you can find your gear. Sadly, I've already took my gear back. Like, I had the Uber knife of the other Mountain King. There's no way I was going to leave that knife over there. So once you realize where's your gear, how can you get it back? Sadly, if you lockpick the chest, or if you try to open the chest, the warden comes to see you and either arrest you, or you have to fight not just the warden, but the warden and pretty much every guard in the place. Usually the warden hangs around here, but sometimes she will go out for a walk, and sometimes she will go upstairs. There's one time where she did surprise me upstairs, and again, she wanted to arrest me. And sadly, I tried to pickpocket the warden. It just didn't work. As soon as you pickpocket her, she turns around and arrests you again. I tried to break the chest. You could decide to break the chest and try to take your gear. But again, as soon as you start attacking the chest, the warden arrests you again. And once you get arrested, they take everything from your character. So I had no Thieves Kit on my character, so either I had to break the chest, which again wasn't really an option. As soon as I started doing that, the warden would come by. At the end of the day, I had no choice. I had to kill everyone in order to be able to get my gear back. Although it is a pretty tough fight, there's a quest you can get to free some of the prisoners. So in order to be able to do that, you can see those little levers on the wall. These little levers open the cells. And there's the big lever at the bottom that opens all the cells at once. So that's pretty much how I did that. I opened all the cells, it freed all the prisoners. The prisoners are not great fighters, I guess, but they did distract the guards at least a little bit to allow me to kill them all. Also, there are 3 purple spheres that we'll call reinforcements. There is one sphere over here atop the ladder, so make sure to destroy the sphere so that it doesn't keep on calling reinforcement. And there's 2 other spheres that travel around the prison, so make sure to destroy those 2 spheres. There are a few guards spread over the prisons, but if you destroy the 2 spheres quickly enough, the guards won't come to help the warden. Ideally, you want to fight those guards 1 or 2 at a time, because they're pretty tough to fight. So I was able to contain the fight over here with the warden and 2 other guards. And then afterwards, I was able to pick up the other guards 1 at a time, which made the fight much easier. If you try to fight everyone at once, and even worse, if you do not destroy the purple spheres and let them summon more guards, it quickly becomes an unwinnable fight. So once you do defeat the warden, then you can take the keys from the warden, and then you can open the chest and get your gear back. Again, sadly, using lockpick on the chest, not really an option, because at this point you no longer have any thieves tools. They've been taken with pretty much everything you own. So sadly, you have no choice. You will have to pretty much kill every guard on this floor. Although the good news is that even if you kill every guard on this floor, when you go back into the Moonrise Tower, people are not hostile to you. Usually in some of those maps, when you kill just one NPC, all the NPCs on the maps turn against you. But here, even if you kill every single guards, you can still go in the Moonrise Tower, and people will not be hostile to your character. So there you go, guys. So if you wonder where is my gear after you get arrested in the Moonrise Tower, it is the chest over here. And if you're wondering how can I get my gear back, sadly the only option I found so far was to kill the warden, take the keys from the warden, and then get your gear back from the chest. So there you go, guys. So this is how you can get your gear back. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below. I'll see what I can do about answering your questions.